so I just wanted to give a quick intro voiceover clip kind of thing before the actual video starts. This is my exam, my riding exam that I had in Turkey, and I just wanted to say that it was really, really amazing. Such a fantastic opportunity, but it did end right at the very end of the exam in a bit of a disaster where I completely lost control and fell right into the jump. Thankfully, I'm not too seriously injured, just bruised, but I wanted to share with you how the exam actually went. So it consisted of 3 parts. The first part was just a written exam where I had to answer 25 different questions about horse care and riding. And then the second part was the dressage, so mainly just basic dressage riding ability. And then third final part was the jumping, which was over a variety of different jumps set out over a course. It's just one of those things that, when you're learning and trying to improve, that can happen. So for me, it's definitely important to take it into a positive experience rather than negative. So I'm trying not to dwell on it too much. So with that, let's get into the actual exam video. So hi guys, this is my first voiceover recording, so hopefully it goes well. I thought it would be easier to try and explain hopefully how the exam went and what I was doing, what I was thinking during the exam. So this part of it is just really basic riding ability, sitting trots, rising trots, and so forth. Yeah. I find that it's quite typical as well that why is it that once the exam had started that I felt like my stirrups were a little bit on the short side, and it was really quite difficult it felt like I was really struggling to control my position because for the dressage it just felt like my stirrups were just a bit on the short side. But looking back at the video footage, I think it was not too bad. It could have been so much better though if I'd have just had my stirrups just 1 or 2 holes longer. So now we're just changing rein, going to the left rein, and this horse he's absolutely fantastic, and I had most of my lessons on him, so I felt like I got to know him quite well, and how he moves forward, and he can be quite a lazy horse. So on the first canter transition was actually pretty rubbish. He didn't listen to me straight away. But we got there, and I think that's going to come up in a minute. So yeah, sitting trot. This part I just felt like I was all over the place really because my stirrups are so short. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Go.
So here, he would not go into canter transition, so I had to just come back a little bit, put a little bit extra aid on, just to get him to go forward. He did. Rhythm's not great, but it's good. It's okay. Could have been so much better. I can't believe how nervous you feel. You have so much when you're in your lessons, and you're learning so much, but still, when you're put in an exam condition, I don't know, it just feels like everything just goes wrong. So another sort of 20-meter circle down in the centre of the arena. See, and that's pretty much it. So you can see it's a pretty basic sort of riding test. So now we've come to part 2 of the exam, which was your jumping ability over a short course of 8 jumps, and they varied really from sort of trot cavalettes to 30-40 centimetre verticals to I think it might have been, I don't know exactly the height, but about 80 centimetres I think, possibly. oxes, and so it was really actually pretty new to me, because my jumping is still in the early stages of learning. I've not done an awful lot of jumping, so I didn't actually expect this part of the exam to be so vast. I mean, for more experienced people, you'll be like, yeah, this is not vast, this is really, really basic. But for me, you know, I'm early stages and I want to make sure that I get everything right, especially with, you know, just getting my jumping position correct and my confidence before going too big in the jumps. So the examiner just wanted me to go over these trot poles and cavaletti just to see my jumping position. And then he wanted me to continue around to the second and third jump just to pop those so he can see in a more clearer way how I manage those jumps. So that's just about a 40 or 50 centimetre vertical, and then just about maybe about 60 centimetre, 50, 60 centimetre oxer. I'm not very good at judging heights, it was just all very random. So I'm guesstimating them at the moment. So he's just clarifying my position for me, just to make sure that I get it right. So it's quite nice that, you know, he was there, he was guiding me through the exam, which was good. So now he's just talking to me about the jump course, how I should approach the jumps. So as I say, there's 8 jumps in total, all checking various skills. I didn't mention that there was also another bounce jump. There was just a small sort of 40 centimetre bounce jump which consisted of 3 cross rails that you just had to pop over. And that was actually the first time I'd ever done that. You know, I've never done really bounce little rails like that, so that was nice. So the actual exam is starting now. So I'm coming round to the first jump, first sort of cavaletti, trot pole cavaletti. Again, so after here to pick up canter, I picked up on the wrong lead, so I took flying change and got him taking the correct lead. So coming round to jump 2, which again is the same vertical. This is supposed to be 6 strides, but I think here, yeah, it's about 6.5. So darn. Oh well. So then come back to trot here, and then you have to come round to the fourth obstacle, so another trot pole cavaletti. And then it was continued trot to the next sort of 3 cross rail bounce. And I was really happy with that because I'd never done that before. Then continue canter to jump 6, which is just another little vertical. And 7 again, a vertical, and then coming around to 8, I remember thinking here, God, I'm on the last leg now, I don't know what happened here, I have a bit of memory loss from what happened here, but I just lose it.